Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Buddy. I'm your host, Josh Blumenkrantz. Today I am joined by a special guest, Chloe Breen, who plays Ruthie the waitress in the opening scene of Obsession. So Ruthie is the very first person that Bear opens up to, and in many ways, that scene lays the foundation for everything that follows throughout the movie. Chloe, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So, this movie, Obsession, it is still to this day my favorite film that I've seen this year. I've seen it about three times now, and I just can't get enough of it. Definitely going to see the unrated version because I got to see more of this.
Yeah.
Um, so, my first question for you is just getting involved. Let's start at the beginning. How did Obsession first come your way, and what was it about the script or Ruthie that made you want to be part of this project?
Oh my gosh. Well, it goes back all the way to college. I went to the New York Film Academy in Burbank, and
Nice.
I went to school with Cooper and Curry.
Oh,
And so I've been friends with them for like the last 8, 9 years, however long. And I always like do their skits with them. Like they always ask me to be in their skits, or like they filmed at my house like at one point. Like it's just we've been friends for so long that Curry, I guess when he was writing it, he had me in mind for it. And so it was basically just another skit for me where I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to film with Curry again. Like it'll be nothing." And now it's like the biggest movie ever, but it was so crazy. But I didn't like I wasn't originally supposed to be in the movie because I
oh,
read the script a long time ago, probably like 4 years ago, in
wow.
Coop and Curry's living room, and we did a table read, and the beginning was different. So
Hmm.
they actually ended up changing, rewriting the beginning to be what it is now, and Curry was like, "Hey, I had you in mind." And so it was just very funny because they shot that during reshoots, not when they were filming the movie in like that month that they shot it.
That's amazing. Wow. And
Yeah.
speaking of Curry, yeah, you said you're friends with him and Cooper, and I'm actually late to the party. I've been watching their like sketches like on YouTube. It is so freaking funny. I can't get
Yeah.
enough of it. And I want to know, with you working with him on a feature film like this, what was it like seeing him make his directorial debut, like for a full feature, and what kind of director was he on set?
Oh my gosh. Well, I just love Curry with like all of my heart. I always have. He's always been like one of my good friends, and I've always known that he was very talented. I used to tell him and Cooper when we were in college, I was like, "Cooper, you're gonna be the next Leonardo DiCaprio, and Curry,
Nice.
you're gonna be the next, that's the next Curry Barker." So I was like, I always said that. And and so I've always enjoyed working with Curry, and to see him like fulfill a dream where he is, finally made his first feature film that was funded, and he had a backing to it, and it wasn't milk and cereal, it wasn't going like on YouTube, it was going to go somewhere. It was just so cool, and he's honestly such a good director. He's an actor too, so he understands like our side of things when we're acting. So it was cool that he gave me a bunch of opportunities to play with my character. Like it was a very short scene, and he was like, "Pop off, like just to go have fun." So we did like multiple takes, and Curry would just be like, "Try it like this now," and I'd be like, "Okay," and then he'd be like, "Try it like this now." "Okay, try it like this now." And it was just so fun because there's so many different takes of that one scene that it's I don't know where those takes are, but yeah, it's crazy.
Oh no, absolutely. I honestly do think they are like the next Key and Peele because they just make magic together, especially with the comedy of it all.
Yeah. Yeah, they have been best friends since probably like the first day of college. And yeah, it was so fun. It was like they are just two boys that I met in college that I love so deeply, and now they're like doing the most amazing things ever. It's just so bizarre. It's so crazy. It's very, very cool.
It's amazing. I love it. And
Yeah.
then speaking of your scene in the movie, you kind of set up Bear's journey. And one thing I really love about that opening scene is how it immediately establishes Bear as someone who's genuine, wears his heart on his sleeve. Ruthie even thinks his honesty is sweet, while Ian thinks it's awkward. And it really sets up Bear as like the good guy in the beginning, even though his choices kind of make him change throughout the movie. When you were filming that scene, did you realize you were helping establish who Bear was before the audience goes on that journey?
You know, I I really didn't. I Curry sent me these new sides of the new script, and I didn't know exactly like where in. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
my lights are automatic. I didn't know immediately where like in the script it was gonna be. Um, and he was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna let you know now. Like once we got on set, once the camera was like right in my face, he goes, so the movie's gonna start on a close up of your face. So this is the beginning. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, and I didn't like. I knew that I was it was gonna be a good scene for Bear, and I knew that it was gonna be like his save the cat type of moment because he seems like such a good guy, you know.
Hmm.
Um, but I didn't realize that it would be like setting up the movie for like a twist and like all those things.
No, absolutely. And I know it's kind of like a fake out because you're like wondering like who's he talking to? Is it Nikki? But no, it's you.
Yeah,
And that's really cool. I think it's like like just like most of this movie, it's kind of unpredictable. You never really know where it's gonna go. And
yeah.
Ruthie has such a warm reaction to Bear opening up. Why do you think she responds the way she does? Like, do you think she's someone who's rooting for him from the very beginning?
Oh yeah, I think Ruthie was, he's so cute. He ordered his little strawberry milkshake, and she heard overheard them talking and struggling, and Bear was like, "Can I try something on you?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course." Like I think she just always had his back. He seemed like a sweet customer. He seemed very innocent. So I think Ruthie was just rooting for him the whole time. Obviously, she didn't see what happens in the end, but yeah, I do think that she liked Bear immediately. Like she was so warm and open, and I think she thought he was so cute. And I think she roots for love. I think Ruthie is a lover, romantic girl.
No, absolutely. I mean, judging by that scene, for a second I thought maybe Ruthie's in the Bear. Maybe you should just try to get with Ruthie. Yeah, I don't know. But and then let's get into you a little bit. So, besides acting, you've also worked behind the scenes as a production assistant. Has having that experience changed the way you approach acting or given a greater appreciation for everything that goes into making a movie?
Absolutely. 100%. I think that being an actor is so luxurious and glamorous, and everybody hands things to you, and you're really like free. You get to do whatever you want to do. You get to play, and it's so much fun, and everybody's rooting for you, and it's so good. And then on the other side of things, it's like, okay, no one cares about you. You need to do this. You need to do this. Please go do that. Be there for them. Make sure you're nice to them. It's just like such a nobody is really like I don't know. No one's like rooting for you, Everybody's like rooting for themselves and
Yeah.
doing everything. So it's just a very different environment, and it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of work. And it makes me appreciate everybody that I see on set so much more.
Hmm.
Like I try to become friends with everybody that I work on set with because I want them to know how much I appreciate them and how hard I know this job is, and like how difficult it is. And we probably seem like we're living our best lives, So it's like I just want you to know I appreciate you so much.
Of course. No, I love that. And speaking of being friends with everybody, did you get a chance to spend much time with like Michael Johnston or Inde Navarrete or the rest of the cast while making Obsession? Any fun stories behind the scenes? I always like those kind of stories, it's
Yeah.
like cast kind of bonding.
Yeah. Again, I didn't know the project that I was coming onto. I thought Curry was just making another movie, like he always does. And so I went to wardrobe, and I went to the wardrobe. Her name is Blair. I went to her house, and when I got there to like do my fitting for Ruthie's costume, Indy was there too, and she was doing some like fitting for her wardrobe for all the reshoots or something like that.
Hmm.
And so that was my first time ever meeting Indy, and we just kind of sat on the floor like on beanbag chairs in Blair's room with like her cat, and Haley, the producer, was there too, and we just had like a whole girl day, like a girl chat, and it was so fun. And meeting Indy was so sweet because I didn't know who she was at the time. I didn't know she was in anything like Superman and Lois yet.
Hmm.
And she was just so adorable and kind and funny, and it was like, oh wow, this movie, like this cast is so sweet, like this is just one of the greatest casts. And then I met Michael on set, and he is just such a love. Like, I love Michael. He is so sweet. He and his boyfriend, I'm obsessed with both of them.
Hmm.
I I just loved working with Michael because again, I didn't know he was on Teen Wolf or anything. Like, I didn't know these people. And I was just coming in as Curry's friend. I bypassed the casting thing. Like, I didn't go through anything. I just walked on set, And so it was like they were so inviting, and yeah, we all became friends. And Megan, I actually never ended up meeting Megan, but we've messaged on Instagram being like, "Girl, oh my God, like you look so beautiful at the premiere," because we should have met. We have never met yet, and so it's
Oh.
been very funny, like on Instagram, because like we were gonna meet at the premiere, but it was so crazy that I never ran into her. I didn't even run
Oh.
into Indy at the premiere. Like, I was with Michael and Curry the whole time. It was
Mm.
just very funny. But Megan is such a sweetheart too. I do love her, and Andy is such an amazing man. He is like truly one of a kind.
I love that. I mean, you guys like looked like you were really close and you worked so passionately on this project. So I gotta know, what was it like watching Obsession for the first time? Since you filmed one piece of the puzzle, was there anything about the finished movie that surprised you once you saw the finished project come together?
Oh, I mean, at the premiere, I was and my dad was my date to my premiere.
Nice.
And I was sitting next to my dad, and I was just like, just crying because I was like, how fucking cool. Like, my friends made a movie, I'm in it, it's doing things. And so, yeah, I like, wait, I forgot the question even as I was just going back in that memory. What was the question?
Oh yeah. What was it like watching that movie for the first
Oh
time?
yeah, oh yeah. It was so surreal because I've done the table reads, and I've been there with Curry when before when he signed with Gersh, and it was so exciting. And then Gersh wanted to make the movie, and so watching the movie finally, I was just like crying because I just couldn't believe that after all like the hard work that my friends have put into this movie, like it came out so freaking amazing. It like
Yes.
is such a good movie, and I'm biased, I'm in it, but everybody else agrees, they're all like, "Oh, it's such a good movie.
Absolutely.
It like brings back cinema." And it's like that's so cool. Like that's your goal as an actor always, is to like bring back good cinema. So, it was surreal.
Definitely. And just three more questions, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
A fun character one. Just for fun, do you think Ruthie ever finds out everything that happens between Bear and Nikki? And if she did, what do you think she'd say to like anyone after all of this went down?
That is so funny. Yeah, I think if Ruthie saw it in the news, she'd be pretty shocked. She'd be like, "Holy moly, I was literally giving that man advice. Like, clearly he took the other guy's advice. That guy was, crazy." Um,
Hmm.
yeah, she would be so shocked. I think like I don't know for sure, but I think that the Anything But Ghost, the next movie that Curry filmed,
So
I'm pretty
excited for that.
so excited. I'm pretty sure it's in like the same universe as
Hmm.
this one. So I think there's like a news story about it in the beginning of the movie or something like that. And I know Ruthie would be watching it like at the diner, like, um.
Absolutely. And for being part of such a phenomenon, the response to this movie has been incredible. And it's a successful film making historical jumps. What's it been like watching audiences embrace it? And what does it mean to you to be part of a movie that's made such an impact?
It's just so special. I've like wanted to be an actor since I was 2 years old. I It's just always been my dream,
Mm.
and it feels like finally, like things are happening, and and seeing the audience reaction, and then having people like message me on Instagram and say like, "Oh, I loved your scene, like it was so cute," or whatever. It's just like that's so cool. It was such a small scene. I'm so glad that people like even noticed it, like that people are even like looking me up to text me that they liked it. It's just like it's so sweet. So, and I really enjoyed, I went to the theater to watch it with one of my friends,
Hmm.
and it was a packed theater, and it was like a Thursday night, and everyone there was so excited to see this movie. They were laughing, they were screaming, they were gasping. It was just so, the energy in the theater, it's like that's what you want when you go to a movie theater, is you want that
Yes.
energy. You want the crowd laughing. You want to be like feel connected. Like we're all watching this, we're on this ride together, and Obsession really puts you on a ride. So it's been so cool.
It's amazing. Yeah, like I've seen it 3 times. I can't wait to see it again because I see something different every single time I watch it. It's like astonishing, truly.
I know.
And my last question for you, Chloe, you're an actress, and I just want to know what's next for you. Any upcoming projects or goals that you're excited about that you want everyone to keep an eye out for?
Yes. Well, since Obsession, I've gotten a couple offers for some roles here and there. I can't talk about them
Amazing.
yet, but I'm currently filming a few things, and it's just been really exciting. So I think in the next year, I'll have like I'll be able to talk about it, and like all my things will come out. But yeah, it's been so exciting. So I do have a couple things lined up.
Amazing. Well, Chloe, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. And everyone who hasn't seen Obsession, if you're living under a rock, go check it out. Chloe Breen, thank you so much for joining the Movie Buddy. I'm Josh Blumenkrantz. Until next time. Bye, Chloe.